What's going on, everybody? Sean Pierce Johnson here, and welcome to Boss Month on Stompbox Saturday. And we're kicking things off with what's on the stomping block today, the RV-6 Reverb, the newest reverb pedal from Boss. Boss has had a long history of releasing compact reverb pedals with tons of different modes, and over the years they've gotten better and better. In fact, one of my favorite pedals of all time is the Boss Reverb and Delay. Sadly, that's out of production, but luckily they've sort of brought it back in the RV-6. So let's take a quick look at the controls and see what kind of sounds we can dial up. You have 4 knobs, really simple. Effect level, tone, time, and then your mode selection for the reverb. You got a lot of different reverb sounds to choose from. What you heard at the top of the video was the modulation reverb, which I really like. You have spring, plate, hall, room, dynamic, shimmer, and plus echo. Yay, reverb plus echo. Probably my 2 favorite things to combine together. Oh, so good. Anyway, we're gonna check out some of the sounds on the RV-6. Play around, see what works, maybe even see what doesn't. And then you can decide for yourself whether or not this stacks up against all the other big reverb giants of the day. Shimmer reverb, probably every praise and worship guitarist's best friend in the reverb world. I mean, it's cool. It's a synth pad and a guitar pedal. What more could you want? Probably a lot of things, but still a very cool sound. The problem with Shimmer reverb is not many people really do it that well. There's maybe like 2 pedals on the market today that do a Shimmer reverb really, really well. And the Boss RV-6, I would probably put up for consideration as being included alongside those 2. It's a very good Shimmer reverb compared to some of the other Shimmer reverbs I've tried. I do have a couple complaints about it, and they're minor, and mostly I would really love if the higher octaves came in a lot slower. If you were able to adjust that rise time, that would be really fun. I'll show you what I mean. I'll turn up the tone a little bit so you can really hear those higher octave overtones, and I'll back down the time. You hear that? They kind of come in right away. So if you want something kind of washy and more like a synth pad when you're using, say, like a volume pedal and some delay to create washes, you know, you might want it to come in a little bit slower. But I have found that by dialing back the tone knob, you can kind of get it to be a little bit washier. But then you kind of sacrifice those higher octave overtones. So my happy spot is somewhere around 11 o'clock, and of course, leaving the time on the higher end of things really, really nice. Very cool, Boss. Good job. right, we're checking out the plus echo setting, and oh my god, do I have a lot of fun with reverb and echo. Time-based effects like delay, echo, and reverb just combined together really bring a sort of natural quality to guitar sounds. I can't quite explain really what I mean. You just have to go into nature and experience that feeling of yelling something really loud into a big canyon and hearing the echoes bounce back, but the way they mix with a natural reverb is just something that I'm always striving to recreate. And the fact that you have that on the RV6 is really cool. Now, when it comes to adjusting the sound, you of course are going to use the 3 knobs as you normally would. Effect level, of course, is going to set the amount that you're going to use, or the amount that you're going to hear for that matter. The tone, that's very interesting. It's not so much adjusting the tone of, say, your echoes or the reverb. It's kind of doing a couple different things. It is sort of adjusting the tone of the reverb, but at the same time, it's also affecting the feedback of the delay. So the higher you turn the knob, the more feedback you get. Turn it counterclockwise, you get less feedback. And the time is also adjusting your delay time as well as the decay of the reverb. So let's try for something maybe with a little bit quicker time and maybe a little less feedback. Really cool. Sounds really good too. It's not too ice picky like some other digital delays, and even some of the ones that Boss has made, they do sound pretty ice picky in the high end. But for me, nothing's better than just, cranking up the feedback, getting a nice long delay time, slapping on some distortion, and taking a lead. Dynamic reverb. So what in the world is this mode doing? Well, it is responding to your playing dynamics, but it works kind of in the reverse order of things. Typically, if you hit something hard, you get more, and if you hit soft, you get less. Well, this mode on the RV6 is working kind of in reverse of that. That works really well if you're taking, say, a dynamic guitar solo. You want a little bit more vibe to those softer notes and maybe not so much on those harder, more aggressive notes. But how else could it work for us? Well, I could see this working really well in an arpeggiated pattern. I know, me and arpeggiated patterns, we get along really well. What can I say? So, I'm gonna go ahead, turn up the effect level considerably as well as the time, and leave the tone about 12 o'clock. Well, there you have it, everybody. There is your look at the RV-6 Reverb from Boss, a great entry into their lineage of compact reverb pedals. I am so stoked that the plus echo setting is on here. It harkens back to one of my favorite Boss pedals, and it is a welcome addition to the sounds that are available to you on this pedal. Now, some of the modes left a little bit to be desired, and I have some minor complaints about some of the sounds, mostly just finer adjustments. But if you're looking for a really great package to introduce you to the world of different reverb sounds, definitely take a look at the RV-6, and it certainly keeps up with a lot of the more high-dollar reverb pedals that are out there. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Shoot me a comment below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for next week's episode of Stompbox Saturday. And until then, I'm Sean Pierce Johnson, and I wish you good tone and happy stomping. Cheers, everybody.